Good evening. I'm Kareem Johnson. We'll have a look at the spring break forecast for you. With one more day of one more day of midterms, rather. The president will issues an ultimatum for health care reform. How the Billikens do last night against Temple, we'll tell you in sports later on in this newscast. Those stories and more next on SLU News 22.
The images from Haiti are heartbreaking. Homes, hospitals, and schools are destroyed. Families searching for loved ones, parents trying to feed their children. But we can all do something. We can help the American Red Cross as it delivers the food, water, and medicine that can save lives. Donate $10 by texting Haiti to 90999. Visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Thanks for your help.
Thank you for joining us. Megan Dwyer is with us now for First Weather. SLU students have been studying really hard this week for midterms, and they're getting a well-deserved break over the next week. How's this weather going to shape up for tomorrow, especially?
The weather is going to stay very nice. It's going to be great for the start of break. I hope everybody got a little break from studying for midterms today and got outside and enjoyed the sun, because I know I certainly did. And that will stick around, and David will have a little bit more for you on that later. Right now, temperature is 45 degrees. Feels like 45 due to our lack of wind, and that'll stay very nice through the rest of tonight. Taking a look at the satellite. We're having some issues with our clicker, apparently. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Okay, here's our satellite image. Up here you can see to the northwest there are a lot of areas that have been hit by some snow. Fortunately here in St. Louis though, you can see we're very clear, no cloud cover, no snow, which has made for a very nice day. Overnight though, that will drop temperatures to about 20 degrees. Again, clear skies, so we're going to be losing a lot of heat. We're going to stay 25, maybe a little lower, and light winds again, so it's going to be a pleasant evening, a little cool, so just make sure you stay bundled up if you go outside. Back to you, Kareem.
Thank you, Megan. You will kind of have a new face in retail in St. Louis. National retailer Nordstrom is inviting minority and women-owned construction vendors to attend a project preview of its new store at the St. Louis Galleria. Reports the St. Louis Business Journal. The department store company is seeking subcontractors for the interior and exterior portion of the project, as well as vendors and contractors for construction supplies and material. The preview and briefing is scheduled for 9 a.m. next Tuesday at the Sheraton Clayton Plaza in Clayton. No appointment is necessary. The Nordstrom and St. Louis Galleria is slated to open in September of 2011 after a new delay due to a weakened economy and a drop-off in consumer spending. The Missouri House has given preliminary approval to block a government mandate to buy health insurance, reports Business Week. The proposed state constitutional amendment would ban penalties or fines from being levied against individuals and employers who opt out of insurance and play directly into their own health care. Medical providers could not be penalized for accepting direct payments for health care. The state constitution amendment was approved 113 to 40 on Wednesday and needs another vote in the House before moving to the Senate. If approved by lawmakers, it could appear on the November ballot. The city of St. Louis residency rules could be changing soon, reports News Radio 1120 KMOX. St. Louis City requires city workers to live in the city. Police officers don't have to live in the city after they've been with the force for 7 years, which is the only exception to that rule. The 14th Ward Alderman Stephen Gregali introduced changes to the residency charter last May. Gregali sees several advantages to change, such as opening up the city's employment pool. He also says it's necessary for the city of St. Louis if it wants to join forces with St. Louis County. Friday, the bill gets a second reading and could be voted on next Friday. If the Board of Aldermen passes the bill, the procedure goes before city voters. When we come back, the Postal Service is proposing major changes to how you get your mail, and a little later, the Chilean government says that rebuilding could take several years. Stay with us. More News 22 is after the break.
The images from Haiti are heartbreaking. Homes, hospitals, and schools are destroyed. Families searching for loved ones, parents trying to feed their children. But we can all do something. We can help the American Red Cross as it delivers the food, water, and medicine that can save lives. Donate $10 by texting Haiti to 90999. Visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Thanks for your help.
Thanks for staying with us on this Thursday evening. The United States Postal Service wants to cut Saturday delivery of mail. The agency has been battling large deficits for the past few years with a $297 million deficit from October to December of 2009. The holiday season is usually the Postal Service's best performing quarter because of holiday mailings. Estimates predict that the Postal Service will deliver about 150 billion pieces of mail in 2020, a drop of about 26 billion pieces from last year's total. The Postal Service in previous years has suggested ending Saturday delivery and focus on delivering Monday through Friday. The General Motors is recalling 1.3 million Chevrolet and Pontiac cars to fix power steering motors that can fail. The recall extends to the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The affected cars are from 2005 to 2010 Chevy Cobalts, 2007 to 2010 Pontiac G5s, 2006 Pontiac Pursuits sold in Canada, and 2005 and 2006 Pontiac G4s sold in Mexico. The automaker has said that the cars are safe to drive, but the cars will be harder to steer when the car is moving under 15 miles an hour. General Motors will receive 1.3 million new steering motors and will notify customers when their parts are available. USA Today Gallup poll survey of Americans shows that 31% of Americans think that Toyota and Lexus vehicles are not safe to drive, with 55% think the car maker is slow to respond to safety defects. Toyota has recalled over 8 million vehicles worldwide due to the defects caused by the car. Causes the car to have uncontrolled acceleration and braking failures that have hurt the automaker's reputation for quality. Toyota is also facing a decrease in sales after recalling more than 6 million vehicles. Former Congressman Harold Ford Jr. returned to his MSNBC job on Tuesday after announcing he would not run for the United States Senate in New York, stating that he would have won the primary but would have worried a party battle would have emboldened Republicans. The former Tennessee congressman said that he did not want to divide the party and increase chances of Republicans taking Senator Kristen Gillibrand's seat, a seat she was appointed to by Governor Patterson last year when Hillary Clinton became the U.S. Secretary of State. White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs has begun increasing pressure on Congress to complete the health care reform legislation, saying in March 18th as a deadline for final passage of the bill. The White House deadline gives Congress exactly 2 weeks to pass a version of the current Senate-approved bill in the House of Representatives and pass a second bill in both chambers. The president has indicated support for reconciliation, which will protect the final bill from Republican filibuster in the Senate. The states of New York, Florida, and Pennsylvania are in the final group of the first-round finalists in a race to the top of federal grant competition where states compete for a share of $4 billion in school improvement funds. 40 states and the District of Columbia submitted proposals in the competition, and the first-round winners will be announced on April 1st. Under the federal rules of the competition, the awards could receive varying depending on the size of student populations in their state, where the state of Florida and New York could win between $350 million to $700 million. However, the Secretary of Education, Arnie Duncan, can apportion the funds as he sees fit. In the international spotlight tonight, the reconstruction from last week's quake in Chile could take up to 4 years. The president of Chile, Michelle Bachelet, told Chilean radio today the country is recovering from a devastating 8.8 earthquake that has killed over 800 people. She said it would take international aid and most of the next government's mandate to rebuild. President-elect Sebastián Piñera will take over next week. The cost of the damage is estimated between $15 billion and $30 billion. Chile has the resources for a number of actions, but will have to ask for credit from the World Bank and other entities. Bachelet said. Mr. Piñera said that government would be one of reconstruction with a plan of 4 clear stages to cope with the emergency needs of citizens, find people who are still missing, provide and prompt and timely assistance to the sick and wounded, and restore law and order so that people can return to peace. Suicide bombers attacked 2 polling places in Baghdad, killing at least 7 soldiers, and another explosion at a polling place that wasn't in use, 7 civilians. The blast happened while early voting in Iraqi national elections was getting underway for Sunday's national elections. Many of people taking part in the early voting are soldiers and medical staff that are needed for Sunday when most of the voting will take place. Sunday's elections mark the second national vote since the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003 and will mark the first election that no major political bloc is boycotting in those elections. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with his cabinet after Arab League endorsed indirect peace talks for a period of 4 months yesterday in Cairo. Netanyahu hopes to begin negotiations with Palestinians next week. The Prime Minister has said that direct talks are necessary to reach a peace agreement, but feels that indirect talks are a good start to the diplomatic process. Talks broke down over a year ago, and the Palestinians have been reluctant to return to negotiating, while until Israel stops settlement construction in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Palestinians have rejected a partial freeze. Palestinian officials have said that the first objective of the talks is charting the borders of a future Palestinian state. About 63 people were killed earlier today in New Delhi after a stampede occurred at a temple offering free utensils and food. Officials have given conflicting numbers for the death toll, with some saying 61 people have been killed, 37 children for a fact have died, and the rest are women. Deputy Police Superintendent told CNN, a temple is holding a memorial service in honor of a dead woman at the same time. At least 60 others were injured in the frenzy. A similar incident happened in 2004 where 20 women were killed in a frenzy for free saris offered at a birthday celebration of a local politician. Aftershocks are continuing in Taiwan after a 6.5 magnitude earthquake struck the island last night at 7:20 Eastern Time in the mountainous region about 25 miles northwest of Taitung on the southwest coast. Residents in southern Taiwan have reported cracks in some buildings and major bridges, with some disruptions in train service. Two small hotels near the epicenter were not damaged, according to CNN. Earthquakes are common on the island, which is about the size of Maryland and Delaware combined. The largest recorded quake to strike Taiwan was an 8 magnitude earthquake in 1920, but the worst disaster stemmed from a 7.1 magnitude earthquake in 1935 that killed more than 3,200 people, followed by a 6.5 magnitude earthquake that killed more than 2,700 people 3 months later. China's deputy UN ambassador has said that sanctions cannot resolve concerns around Iran's nuclear program and is supporting diplomatic negotiations to reach an agreement. The United States and other nations are pushing for a fourth round of sanctions because of Iran's refusal to halt uranium enrichment. China has called on Iran to increase its cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency to remove doubts about its nuclear program. When we come back, it's settled. Scientists are now certain what killed off the dinosaurs.
Clear skies and light winds overnight mean falling temperatures, but we do have warmer temperatures in the forecast. In fact, a very big warm-up coming up and a wet storm to look forward to next week when we come back.
The images from Haiti are heartbreaking. Homes, hospitals, and schools destroyed. Families searching for loved ones. Parents trying to feed their children. But we can all do something. We can help the American Red Cross as it delivers the food, water, and medicine that can save lives. Donate $10 by texting Haiti to 90999. Visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Thanks for your help.
Welcome back to SLU News 22. Chief Meteorologist David Keller is with us now with a look at the, all the days that we're not going to be here.
More sun.
Of course.
Look at more sun. We have more sun in the forecast. We had very sunny skies today. I hope you got to get out and enjoy the sunny weather. Maybe take a break from studying for all those midterms we've got going on. And we have even more warm weather in the forecast as we head through the weekend. We got up to 48 degrees here at SLU today. It got up to 50 out at Lambert. Unfortunately, we have not made it back up to normal. Normal is now 51 degrees. We saw a high of 50 out at Lambert, 1 degree below normal. But hey, that's a lot closer than what we have been for the past several weeks. So we'll take what we can get. We have more warmer weather in the forecast as we will be seeing some of this air down to our south. It was in the 60s and 70s in Oklahoma and Texas today. Some of that will be trying to work its way into our region as this high pressure begins to settle off to our east and the stationary boundary over Kansas begins to drift our way, bringing us the warmer weather. Now, our next storm system that we have to talk about after this warm weather is situated over the Rocky Mountains right now, over Utah and Nevada, sitting and spinning right there. You can see it. There's some cloud cover and some showers associated with it. That'll be heading our way for the beginning of your spring break. It'll move out into the plains during the day Sunday, and it'll be on our doorstep by the time we get to Monday afternoon, and that means an increased chance for rain and maybe a few thunderstorms during your day Monday. So here is your forecast when you wake up in the morning. 26 degrees, so still a little bit on the chilly side, but we'll have clear skies and mostly calm winds. By the time we get to lunchtime, temperatures warmed up nicely up to 46 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and a high of 53 tomorrow afternoon with some light easterly winds. Falling back to 44 by 8 p.m. with those mostly clear skies continuing. It looks like it's going to be a great day. If you don't have any midterms, it'd be definitely a great day to get out and enjoy the weather. Here is your 7-day forecast. For Saturday, that warming trend continues, warming up to 56 degrees, partly cloudy skies, up to 60 on Sunday. It has been a long time since we have seen a 60-degree day. That is going to feel excellent for those of you who are going to be spending your spring break here in St. Louis. Monday, that storm system does work into the area, but temperatures will remain in the 50s. So if you aren't headed out of town this next week, it looks like it's going to be some great weather. For those of you that are headed out of town, hopefully the weather's going to be nice where you're going to.
Yeah, I was going to go to New York. Budget wouldn't work, but I'm going to be in St. Louis, and the forecast looks great. So I'm going to enjoy those 60-degree temperatures. Where are you off to?
I'm headed to Colorado, in fact.
Is it going to be warm there?
Not quite as warm as here, but it should be okay, I think.
Okay. Well.
So you enjoy your 60-degree weather.
I will. Thank you, David. Of course, you can always keep up with the latest weather conditions on our website, SLU-TV.SLU.edu/weather. And moving on to science news, scientists have now concluded what killed off the dinosaurs. An international team now says an asteroid and not volcanoes are what wiped out the dinosaurs 65.5 million years ago. The Science magazine assessment involved a 41-member team of scientists led by geoscientist Peter Schulte of Germany. Scientists looked at hundreds of land and seafloor clay layers to examine microscopic fossils and chemistry dating to the event. What they found suggests a 6-mile-wide asteroid traveling at nearly 50,000 miles per hour crashed into the Earth in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. And many of you will already know that The Daily Show and the Colbert Report will be leaving the streaming site Hulu.com soon. And in the blog post on Tuesday, Hulu announced that those shows and a handful of other comedy shows will come down at 11:59 Pacific time next Tuesday. The Colbert Report and The Daily Show can be watched at colbertnation.com and thedailyshow.com. You can read the blog post on our website, SLU-TV.SLU.edu, later on this evening. Curious about what Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn are worth? Mashable did a little research and found out that Facebook is worth $11.5 billion, Twitter is worth $1.4 billion, and business networking site LinkedIn is worth $1.3 billion. In entertainment news, Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon, will be on the next series of Dancing with the Stars. The 80-year-old former astronaut caught walking on the moon easy compared to participating in the celebrity dancing show. Aldrin will dance with professional dancer Ashley Costa. He took the Arthur Murray dance instruction at earlier years and went to many formal dances in his years at West Point. The chauffeur who told the New York Police Department that he was assaulted by supermodel Naomi Campbell is calling it all a misunderstanding. Medina issued a statement earlier today apologizing to the model Naomi Campbell, who was accused of assaulting him on Tuesday. I had an argument with Naomi Campbell. I got angry and overreacted. It was a misunderstanding, and I regret involving the police. The whole thing has been blown out of proportion, and I apologize to Ms. Campbell for causing that to happen. On Tuesday, Medina called 911 and told cops the supermodel had whacked him while driving in Midtown and fled on foot. He withdrew the complaint on the same day, and cops halted their hunt for the temperamental catwalker who has 2 convictions for similar reports. The New York Daily News reports. When we come back, Billiken Sports, and we'll be with that in 2 minutes. So stay with us. Welcome back to SLU News 22. For the second time in a week, the Billiken men's basketball team can't get the W. Coming up short against Temple last night, the Billikens weren't able to get any points on the board, going 7 minutes and 28 seconds without a score in a loss to number 20 Temple in a 57-51 loss. Willie Reed had 16 points and Christian Selich had 10 for the Billikens, who lost for the second time in 3 home games. Despite the loss, St. Louis remains in sole possession of 4th place in the A-10 standings after Charlotte fell at Rhode Island 80-58 on Wednesday night. St. Louis will need to win its season finale Saturday at Dayton or receive some help in order to receive a first-round bye in the upcoming conference tournament. The Billiken women will take to the court tomorrow night, taking on St. Bonaventure at the first round of the A-10 championship. Game time at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, is at 4:30 p.m. In Billiken baseball, the 4-4 Bills met the Western Illinois Leathernecks yesterday here in St. Louis. Both teams can use a combined 12 pitchers, but the Billikens could get the win either, posting only 3 runs to the Leathernecks 4. The Western Illinois University's Chris Maychek picked up the win after tossing 2 scoreless innings. 5 different Billikens accounts for the SLU's 5 hits. Jerry Mancuso and Anthony Guerrero and Ben Bratton, John Myers, and Zach Miller all singled. SLU stars Tom Covert was charged with a loss on the mound after allowing a run on 4 hits in 2 innings of work. He has struck out 3 and walked none. The Billikens head to Port Charlotte, Florida, where they will play 4 games before returning to the Billiken Sports Center for a rematch against Western Illinois next Tuesday. In Florida, SLU faces Farley Dickinson Friday, Ohio State in a doubleheader on Saturday, and Duquesne on Sunday. Golfing legend Jack Nicklaus thinks that Tiger will be back on the tour for next month's Masters. He said, quote, "I wouldn't surprise me if he didn't play at Augusta. My guess, as a golfer, he will want to. His personal life is his personal life. He's a professional golfer, and he is a sensational golfer. He's a great athlete, and he'll figure out his own problems." When we come back, we're going to take a look at that spring break forecast one more time. So stay with us. Finally, tonight we're going to do a quick introduction to a new face of SLU News 22. This is meteorologist Megan Dwyer for you. You've seen her twice now. This will be our second newscast. We will be seeing more of her in future weeks.
Yes, sir.
And David, we're going to have to look at that forecast one more time, just so people can just so people can see that 60 that's in the middle of it.
Yeah, I'll get to that forecast in just a moment.
Okay.
But first, I don't know, Megan, maybe some people would like to know what it is you do around campus, like your
Well,
class and,
I'm a junior meteorology major, so I'm normally over in O'Neill taking some, weather classes. But other than that, just here at SLU-TV doing the forecast with you, and that's
we'll be seeing you around here more often?
Yes, sir. I hope so.
All righty,
Yeah.
cool. Well, the forecast for spring break is looking very nice. Temperatures in the upper 50s for this weekend. 60 degrees on Sunday, 57 on Monday with that chance of rain coming in Monday or Tuesday. And temperatures remain in the 50s through the middle of next week. So if you are spring breaking here in St. Louis, the weather is looking pretty nice with the exception of that chance for rain Monday or Tuesday. I know I'm headed out to Colorado. Where are you headed for spring break?
I am going home to Colorado.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah, it's going to not be as warm, which is a little sad, but that's okay. It'll be good.
All right.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are here, enjoy the warm weather.
And I speak for everybody on behalf of them. Yes, we will enjoy that weather, even though there's that slight chance of rain. But we thank you for joining us for SLU News 22 on this Thursday evening. You can follow us online at SLU-TV.SLU.edu and on Twitter. You can also keep up with our news content partner, the University News, at unewsonline.com. This is the News 22, and we'll see you after what is hopefully a very enjoyable spring break.